So here we are again at Eastside Tavern. I'm Spencer Vyrostek. Let's go around the table and introduce yourselves.
You recording after I was talking makes me think that everything I was saying was just worthless and not worth keeping. So now you're like,
Oh no, it's all trapped up in
now
here.
the podcast has started.
Well, you started talking before I could push the button, so I didn't have much to... We could have cut in right in the middle of your sentence. This is Clayton Mistler, by the way.
That's me.
And Nick...
Hey, Gorges.
Gorges.
That is my voice you're hearing.
And Justin Luke.
Yeah, Justin. Hi.
That's Radiohead in the background.
And Radiohead is
No,
playing
it's not.
live.
No, it's
Oh,
not.
no, it's not.
No, that is the actual band Radiohead in the background.
It's Playground. Somebody Playground.
I know so little Radiohead or Playground, it made sense in my
I think
head.
Marcy.
I don't know.
It doesn't
I
matter.
stopped paying attention to popular music once I was, no longer part of the in crowd.
Really thought you were about to say I stopped paying attention to you, and I'd be like, that's really insulting to you as the host.
Yeah, I'm just over here,
I mean, I just stopped paying attention to you in general, Nick. God.
You're not entirely wrong.
So you have. Let me take control of your podcast.
No, this is one of the things I like is kind of flow of conversation. I don't necessarily want it to be way too structured because then it just gets boring to listen to. I find we end up going to more interesting places if we just talk.
Yeah.
All right, so what are we going to talk about, Mr. Host?
Well, one of the things I wanted to do was Mr. Host. That's an interesting persona name.
Because your
It's-
last name
that's-
is way too complicated.
I
It's
get
the
that, I
show
get
that
that.
came after Mr. Show.
Mr. Host.
No, wait a minute. He just
I
ran
thought
it.
that was Mr. Credits.
Ha!
Somebody got it.
I got that one.
I got it, I just didn't laugh.
Listener, if you ever hear a loud
What's up?
single ha,
Bill
that's
Fisher
always
just walked
me.
up.
Ah!
That wasn't me.
Yes, this is the Circle Jerk. Hey, that's not a bad name for this thing.
No, it's a horrible name.
That's an awful name.
Anybody that knows me might take it a little too literally.
Bill will actually jerk off onto the phone.
See, that's why I keep it nice. All right, this is
Say it
To
wouldn't
jerk
be
off
the
on a
first
phone?
time.
yeah, like fortunately.
Hey, if he's into some cool, wait, not, no
Did you
judgment.
never know when you're gonna jerk off on a phone?
See, this is what I mean about going to interesting places with just
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's so interesting.
jacking off into phones.
I actually just looked at Spencer's notes. His notes were nice masturbation.
No, that's my schedule. That's not my notes. That's what I have planned for
You have
later
to
on.
return that knife and masturbate.
So
They're not associated together. They
No,
You're
no,
just
not
a
always.
You just run
They're just
off,
written next to each other.
You just run off a schedule.
So
Now it's the Black Keys. I'm gonna do this every song.
what's that program where you can play it like if you hear a song?
Shazam?
Shazam, is that it?
Yeah.
Where it'll recognize the song for
It's
you.
a weird
That's your
game
new
I play
nickname.
with myself. That no one
That's a
cares.
lot more normal than the weird games I play with myself.
But I honestly feel proud of myself for knowing. I'm like, yeah, got it.
Oh, that's definitely a difference between you and me.
Oh, you don't feel proud?
Oh,
no.
Yeah, I always feel ashamed after playing games with myself. Okay, that didn't go very well.
I think we've
But
done
you
our,
always win,
we've done
so-
our masturbation joke already.
Okay,
We're
yeah,
done.
True,
That's
true.
There's no drama in your game. You always win.
Not the way I play it. The way I play it, you always
The
lose.
Nick Gorges self-defeatist hour.
Have you met me?
Yeah.
Chair up here,
I don't like
Grab a
chairs.
stool, man.
or stand.
Grabbing no
What are you drinking? There's a
What is your
there's a
fucking
Departed
period?
reference I'm not gonna do. I'm just not
I
gonna
just
do it.
did it. Did you hear me actually?
I didn't
do
want
it?
you to have it, so I spoke over you.
As you said it, I'm like, it's not my fucking period. Thank you very much. I'll grab them.
There's one back there.
Bill Fisher, everyone.
Very talented comedian.
So, what are some of your favorite comedians? Who would you say influences your styles most on stage?
Stephen Wright, Louis C.K.,
Stephen
Paul
Wright.
Tompkins.
Right on.
I've been waiting to say this.
I feel like I have a loaded answer too. Pete Holmes, Dana Gould, Patton Oswalt.
Nice.
Like currently or like in the beginning?
That's currently. I will
Well, in the
amend
beginning,
that.
I'll
That's
go to
currently.
Rugrats.
That's not. See, like mine in
I
the
thought
beginning.
that show was funny.
I'm sure you did.
You put it on us.
My beginning.
Am I the only one?
My beginning is a scary beginning, sadly. At first, the first thing I remember being really young and listening, as everybody, to George Carlin and Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Because it was crazy that I grew up in a pretty much redneck household, but we still listened to Richard Pryor. And I remember being very young.
I think it's kind of scary that I lived in like a super white bread middle class household, and I listened to Richard Pryor.
We would.
I
It would be at my great uncle's
African American
house.
household and listen to Richard Pryor.
Well, we were at my uncle's house.
That is true.
Thank you. Thanks, Token.
Oh wow! Get out of here, Bill.
No,
Get the fuck out.
I don't. I'm saying that just because I'm white.
I am.
I was going to say that's one of the earliest memories of comedy that I have was listening to Richard Pryor.
Well, I remember going out and then like having
my
it.
sister accusing me of just laughing at him because he said shit.
Well, we were out in the
That's
garage.
not, it's more than that?
It's more than
We were
that.
in the garage at my great uncle's
more than
house, and he would turn it down when my great aunt would open the door and say something. He'd be like, "Yeah, whatever." She shut the door and he'd turn it back up and giggle. And I remember being really young.
I think I know where this is
My
going.
my uncles and everything just destroying each other with jokes all the time, and like that. So it's early. This is the sad part, though. What made me actually go, you guys are gonna laugh, but it's true. What made me go, holy crap!
Was it a sad
Like
part or
somebody
being
can do
laugh?
this? Yeah, yes, both. Because I know your sense of
beginning
humor.
to sound a lot like.
You
your
know what
Uncle
really got me?
Toast.
I'm not kidding.
This is Cage the Elephant.
It
is. Stop it. No, you're
not
gonna lie.
live.
But Jeff
Going back to
Foxworthy,
playing Borderlands.
I can't lie about that. Jeff Foxworthy. Before the blue collar comedy thing,
I
I
think Jeff
remember
Foxworthy's funny.
I saw Jeff Foxworthy and Bill Engvall before the other two morons. Well, Ron White's actually
Like you
pretty
saw
funny.
them in concert?
Yes, as a very young child at
In your formative
Opryland.
years?
At Opryland,
I don't know.
which is it's a
Like
mall
Branson?
now. No, it's in Nashville.
Okay.
It's a mall. It used to be a huge theme park, kind of like Six Flags
It's kind of
for
based
country
around,
music.
Grand Ole Opry.
Right, it's right there where the Grand Ole
called
Opry and the
the
Ryman.
Opry?
No, it's called
Opryland.
Opryland.
Oh,
for real.
sorry.
It was like Six Flags, but it's now a mall.
Is it still called
Opry
Opryland?
Mills.
Do they
No,
still
it's
have a
Opry Mills.
Dollywood?
Yeah,
Is that still
Dollywood
around?
still exists, I think.
Okay. Just
Anyway, and I
Thank
remember seeing
God.
them, and it was
This is the
funny.
burning question
Like,
everyone's been asking.
it was
Dollywood still
it was
around?
stuff I identified with. It was funny.
In
Yeah.
Mumbai.
The elephant in the room.
There's no way this podcast is going to be anything but unlistenable.
Then there's another guy that you guys probably don't know. I barely know him, and I grew up listening to him. My dad introduced me to him.
Don't you challenge
Guy
me.
named-
You probably don't know.
A guy named Jerry Clower.
No.
Heard of.
No.
Definitely
Okay.
heard
I
of.
know.
Jerry Clower is an old school Southern.
I was waiting for you to
Comic.
just go be like Bill Hicks.
No.
I don't know if you heard this guy.
don't know if you
Jerry
heard of-
Seinfeld?
I don't like
Some
the Jews.
funny
I
little
don't listen to
Jewish
this.
He's a real up
For the record, everyone stared at me when that
Yeah,
happened.
that was dropped on purpose.
very underground.
I only
You may
like
never heard
I
of
only
him.
dislike one Jew, and he's here.
And we're talking about Justin
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way to go, Bill.
Well, I didn't know you're undercover.
Comedians were a form of your sense of humor.
Oh.
Let me take the reins on this one. Bill Cosby.
That's a little unfair.
Bill Cosby's
I grew up
wider than
listening to
me.
Bill
Yeah, Bill
Cosby.
Cosby's fucking one of the funniest.
Bill
ever.
Cosby was brilliant because he very rarely went dirty, but when he did, when he used curse words, it was
Yeah.
hilarious. Like like when he was talking about cocaine.
What if it
One
makes
of the-
you an ass? Or
yeah,
what if you're an
what
asshole?
it justifies your personality. What if you're an asshole? Very rarely did he ever curse. So when he did,
I'm
it
laughing
just punched
thinking
you.
about you
Him in a
guys
suit.
quoting the bit. That's
Yeah.
how good that bit was.
Yeah.
And he's just
Exactly.
sitting in a chair.
Okay.
He barely holds
Can
the
I-
microphone.
Can
to
I
his
tell
face.
you
Just feel
something
like
about
you're-
the entire thing?
I did a visual joke for a podcast.
How pissed off did it drive anybody else's OCD insane with his tie? Go back and watch
No.
Bill Cosby himself. Watch the entire video. His
Stand
tie.
up is very OCD unfriendly because you have the tall mic on one stage and the short stool on the other side, and
No, he's sitting there and his tie is cockeyed.
The thing we
and
all
it's
think about.
stressful.
shut up.
I get very irritated by tall mics and short stools.
Yeah, don't you hate that when like the guy leaves it in front of him?
This
Like,
is
when's he
back.
gonna move it?
I know, right?
I don't know who
I
this
just
is.
stole Clayton's bit.
Who is it?
Back.
Ah, it is Beck.
Um,
But
nowadays,
bothers me when
obviously,
people do
it's
that.
kind of like the big ones. Louis C.K. A guy everybody knows, obviously, and it really sucks that he's dead.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby.
Mitch
yes,
Hedberg.
master. Yes, Mitch Hedberg, master of the one-liner.
Never heard of him.
You
Actually,
shut up. The master.
I don't know why Mitch Hedberg came to mind, because when
The
people bring up
master?
to me, I'm sad he's dead, the
It's
first thing that
always
pops
Mitch
to my
Hedberg.
mind is Greg Giraldo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
actually,
I
the thing that comes to
loved Greg Giraldo.
Greg Giraldo's
the thing
good.
that
I
comes
think
to
Mitch
mind
Hedberg
for me
is
is
funnier.
Patrice O'Neal.
Love
Ooh.
Patrice.
Oh, he's the best.
Have you seen?
You know,
I
The
watched
thing
a
about
special-
Patrice, I will say, the thing about Patrice is the same thing I think about Jeff Foxworthy, which is not something you'll ever hear say
Very
in
similar
any other
styles.
sentence ever.
That's classy.
I'm not necessarily the biggest fan, but I recognize that there is
Motherfucker.
talent.
That's my Patrice doing Jeff Foxworthy.
Watch this time.
You might be a motherfucker.
You might be a
Tastes like
motherfucker.
hope.
He thinks like hope.
Remember? I don't know.
Or it looks like sunshine.
No, he talks like some
No, that's
22-year-old
another
girl in the front row. And his special on Netflix.
I actually watched one of his
Watch
specials.
it.
I've seen two of his specials. I don't remember the names. One of them was hilarious.
Elephant in the Room.
Other one I
Elephant
watched
in the Room's
was
the one on Netflix I
not
always
good.
see.
I didn't laugh.
Patrice
Like
is
the
so
delivery
funny.
wasn't there. Like there was moments. Like his bit on you think you're educated, you think you're smart. Fine, spell restaurant. That's hilarious. Spell restaurant. It's.
But I mean, like,
if you
Patrice
sit
is
down and
funny the
really
same
try, you
reason, like,
can. But
Pryor's funny. Like, and you love him so much. Like, so much of Patrice is just presence and being in the moment.
yeah. Now, I like I said, the other special I saw was hilarious, but that one, I don't know. Sometimes you get in the wrong mood.
I've been dying to say this about Pryor though. His fucking shoes. And Live on the Sunset Strip. I really.
Richard Pryor, to
just like
me,
looking at those.
his
Gold shoes, Nick.
I think his number one.
You know what, I think I'm
tell the
laughing.
Jew they're gold. What's he gonna go steal them? That's a horrible thing to say,
No,
Clayton.
because I look at Nick as a person
I look at him as a
and
stereotype.
think he would like to know that the shoes are gold.
I look at Nick.
That's
as
a strange
and
sad
nobody
man.
else here wants to know.
He's a sedge.
None of you are wrong.
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. No, this is gone horrible. I like Richard Pryor's self-depreciation. The way
That's
he
what
talked,
I cling
the way
to
he
with
talked
Richard
about an
Pryor.
absolutely,
why.
yeah, the way he talked about an absolutely horrid addiction that went crazy, like in the things he did, like the violent acts.
He's like, I
gunfire,
know, everyone's heard the
honesty.
joke.
all that
before.
madness.
You know what
He
my
never
favorite-
hid from it.
Yeah.
I like the
And
bit he
that's
did
brilliant.
about when he lit himself on fire.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Right?
he's like, what's this? Richard Pryor run down the street. That was completely
You ever
ad-libbed
see,
on stage.
Carlin's
by the way.
response to it when he was talking about well, I just got over a heart attack, and so that makes it 3 heart attacks for me, 2 for Richard Pryor. But Richard Pryor still leads in lighting himself on fire.
And he rhymes.
Yeah. I always loved how he riffed off of somebody else.
I always,
Yeah.
like, Carlin would start shows off with like a 10-minute memorization rhyme fest.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
Okay, like to
Over
get
the consumer.
a couple favorite bits of his. The one-liners are great. Like,
Who?
sir, please, Carlin, sir, please get on the airplane. Fuck you, I'm getting in the airplane.
Let
Brilliant.
Evil right on the
Brilliant.
What do I want to do with a hot water heater? I want a cold water heater.
Yeah.
near miss. Oh, they nearly missed. That would be an explosion.
Tell me why that's funny, Spencer.
Well, because
Have you
expect it
you
to
want me
be.
to save you? No, in his bit about baseball and football, have you heard that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Clay, you need to listen to that. His comparison between the two, how baseball's for pussies and football's for tough guys. It's like football's played on a gridiron, baseball's played in the park. It's like, and he's like, you conquer demand yards in football. You have downs.
This is Jet.
Yes. In baseball, you get 3
Bringing
tries.
the bits,
It's okay.
Clayton Mistler.
everyone.
I love Jet when I
football,
was a
there's a
kid.
2-minute warning.
So
In
great.
baseball,
I
there's a
feel like that's
7-minute
what
stretch.
everyone who
Yeah.
ever likes Jet
That-
has said at
that's
some
good.
point.
Well, they really liked him in
And
7th
the
grade.
great.
his
You know
bit
what we should do for a
about
podcast?
a 2-minute
Have
warning
two
in
different
life.
conversations.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
great.
2 minutes, get
Hey.
your shit together.
Yeah, have you guys heard that bit? The 2-minute bit?
We were having
Oh.
a completely different
Yeah, I know, and it was an awesome one. That's why I stepped out of it. Where he had a 2-minute
This
warning.
is where Bill's just mean.
Yeah, that's what I do. Have you heard the
That's no
2-minute
excuse to be an
warning?
asshole.
No.
You're supposed. He says God should give everybody a 2-minute warning before you die. Like right before you, 2 minutes before you die, God should say 2 minutes, and like over the
Shit
intercom.
together.
Yeah, and you just say whatever you want. Like I love that he's like, if I'm wrong, may God strike me. Then you
I remember he
Actually
had a
died.
bit at the end of, he was on HBO, where like he was just in front of a graveyard, I just remember what it looked like. And he had a bit at the end of it that was just about what it would be like if electricity went out. And how he kind of liked
the fall of civilization.
Yeah, he says he likes he likes seeing things go worse.
Yeah.
And he says that would be like the best things are going worse because everything will just collapse into itself.
Well, the interesting thing I always found about Carlin is how he reinvented himself through his career like 6 times.
Yeah, he was like a really cheesy comedian.
Well, he started out as very borscht belt, suit and tie, short-cut hair, doing standard material, and then he went in for the hippie crowd, became Mr. Goofy, and then towards the end he was just a total nihilist, talking about how he loved watching civilization go down the drain.
Yeah, well,
I think he hit that old man level that a lot of guys hit. Or just people hit, but they're just like, fuck it.
What I loved about him
everything I want to say
is what happens to any true comic. They eventually become a brutal yet hilarious social commentary.
Yeah.
Or go through a social commentary.
Nick and Justin are leaving.
Yep. That's a joke right there. Quick.
They wanted some alone time.
Quick, can we get a Mexican? We need a joke at the bar. Black guy chewing a Mexican walk through the bar.
You can't hear it, but I just shaked my head.
I shaked my head.
With
I
disappointment.
mean, you shook your head?
I shook my head.
Nick's back, because I keep my tab open like a Christian.
Me, dude.
Wait, what?
I love slurs that don't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
Those are my favorite kinds of slurs.
By the way, I don't know if this is something
The white
anyone else
stripes.
does.
Oh, that's cool.
And the bit.
I'm not. Who am I?
Maybe this is just me.
If I'm just gonna stop.
I'm Russian, and so oftentimes I will just randomly bring in old school Eastern European prejudices into random conversations.
Do your parents do that?
No. But like my great grandparents did. And so it'd just be like, oh, you're putting a lot of cabbage on that hot dog. What are you, fucking Polish or something?
What kind of hot dog are you eating?
I didn't say it came from a normal household.
This is where Clay just...
Is that a thing people do?
Like,
It's a thing.
Racism!
It's a thing
I
Polish
need to know
people
what
do.
kind of hot dog you have. What? You're Russian.
can
What do you hate
also-
Polish people?
What?
Pee kind of gay. Just
How do you pee straight? Your hands on your own dick. Like, how do you do that gay or straight? You're aiming.
what?
What are you talking about?
Did you say B? I thought you said P. You said they could pee kind of gay.
I said B.
And at the 17-minute mark, we have derailed the podcast into
sorry.
a
We
conversation
broke it.
about
17th
No,
minute?
I broke it. We didn't break. You said 17.
Broken.
Wow.
It's still unlistenable.
I like it.
I'll bring
Anyone
this
that
in
wasn't
slightly
interested is sick now.
different direction. This was.
We're not going to talk about your therapy sessions.
And by
I'll
the
save
way,
that for my stand-up.
Yeah, the $4.99 a minute is still not cool. Your therapy sessions.
Look,
Are
your
you doing
dick's
a
not
bit
gonna
as
suck
his
itself.
Yes.
This
I mean,
is
no,
kind of
but
a
yes.
big moment for my life. I actually saw the last
A
tour
boob.
George Carlin did. He came through Columbia.
Really?
And I dragged my uncle to see it, and it was huge because that was
Your uncle can't walk, Nick.
amongst.
That's why you drug him.
There's a
He
parking
needs to
brake
get
on
to
those.
Carlin somehow.
There's a parking brake on those wheels, you know. Like you can
wheelchair
just
was
pop
broken.
that up.
Took the
A
wheels
wheelchair is actually the hardest part of a vegetable to digest. I don't know if you might know.
I was talking to somebody recently that was like, is vegetable offensive? To call someone a vegetable?
They don't
Well,
care.
depends.
That's what the other person was like. They don't care. I was like, yeah, but still.
Was he talking to a tomato? And was it offensive because the tomato's actually
This
a
tomato
fruit?
turned green.
And was that offensive because tomatoes aren't all gay?
He was trying to go off on the
Why are
Veggie
tomatoes-
Tales is what he was doing.
Oh man,
I thought
don't
what
get
were we
me
talking
started.
about? Carlin,
So many good
Columbia.
riffs.
Christians
And
hate
then that
drugs so
changed.
bad, and
Yeah.
somebody smoked enough weed to come up with a talking
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
cucumber,
Yeah.
just like David and Goliath. All right, just stop it. You're
I love that
fired.
every Jewish proverb is always just like a proverb. Just stories. Same thing. I don't know. They're just all just about.
No,
It's
go
all-
on. Go on.
It's all useless. so it doesn't
The
matter.
First Testament is all just like.
I will remind you I have the ACLU on speed dial.
It's fine.
What? I don't get that.
They.
Really? The black guy doesn't get the minority joke.
Oh, no.
Did you mean to say NCAAP?
NAACP.
NCAA. Did you just combine basketball? It's like
No, I know what I said.
NCAAP.
I knew what I said.
Yeah, so did we, but it didn't make any fucking
ACLU,
sense.
American Civil Liberties Union. And he shrugs and shakes his
They're the ones
head.
that finally got you guys into Golden Corral and golf clubs.
No, that was the double
Golden Corral would let
NCAA
black people in?
I don't know. I guess.
Are you saying things you're unsure
Yeah,
if
I'm
they're
just
true?
completely made that up. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you in any way validate that?
Because golf club does make sense. Because it's a very prejudiced
Hence,
place.
the
Golden
juxtaposition.
Corral.
Golden Corral.
Golden Corral doesn't give a shit.
It's the juxtaposition.
You know, black people weren't allowed in Golden Corral
Sure.
until 2010. Very little known fact.
I won't let them in my real corral.
Say almost literally anywhere except for Golden Corral.
Justin Luke just spit some You're not black. You're drinking PBR.
Well, they don't sell Cold
You just have a really good tan. Don't lie. I'm too black.
Did you say I'm not a black?
Yeah, a black. You're not a black.
You're not a black.
One of them colors.
That's what I've been.
my God.
No,
Oh my lord.
a black.
Did you have anything you wanted to talk about, Spencer?
We covered it with the comedies,
That was it?
the
Okay.
comedians.
With
thing.
Are there any
comedies.
other
We covered
topics
it
you
with the
think
comedies.
would be fun to talk about?
Well, I could ask some of the real difficult questions.
Oh,
like,
all right.
So
wait,
ready.
I got a good one. What band is this? Clay?
Cold War Kids.
Yeah.
I think he was just specifically remembering flashbacks to his youth. I was not necessarily naming the band, but
Did I say
Lucky.
Cold War Kids? I meant Hungarian Uprising of 1956 kids.
I have all three in the round.
He's not 80 years old.
You didn't even say anything. You said juju. Yeah,
I stammered.
Jew spasm. Juju.
Juice.
Yeah, let's ignore the fact that your
Smash.
joke was retarded and focus on that I stammered for a second.
Hey, deflect.
Okay, what's the question Spencer wanted to ask?
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Alright.
see, he's lost all his
Is there a
fun
god?
stuff. Actually, one of the questions. Okay. I had a
There's a
pocket
Star
full
Trek
of hard
movie that answers
questions.
that.
I decided I was going to do this
Pocket
thing
full
where,
of hard
where
what?
if there was a lull in the conversation, I was going to pull out the difficult questions. It's based on an old Steve Martin routine, which was he was like, if I was a reporter, I'd ask people the really difficult questions like, can a mama dog face in your banana patch?
Yes.
Can a mama dog face in your banana patch?
Face?
Yeah, can a mama dog face in your banana patch? See, it's a difficult question, get it?
I don't know.
How
I
would
was,
you
I was
answer
trying to
that?
play with the bit.
I don't-
on this playground with you.
I don't have a phone call now, but I'm gonna pretend to. But
Steve Martin is awesome. I bought
Steve
a banjo.
Martin is
so-
Just
Steve
kidding. Nobody
Martin-
wants to call Bill Fisher.
Steve Martin,
No one wants to talk
musically,
about
musically, Steve
Everyone
Martin's a
wants
genius,
Bill
by the
Fisher
way.
leaving.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's got his own. He's got his own.
I didn't want him to
bluegrass
show
band
up.
now.
I don't know why he's here.
Well, not his own. He kind of joined an existing one, but so like I had a pocket full of questions that were difficult questions. That was one of them. Can a mama dog face? Like, do you believe in gosh?
Like Mitch Hedberg, the bit.
He did have that bit.
That was what his album was called too.
Yeah, or it was. Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, that was
Do
what
you
it was
believe in
called.
gosh?
Because I was pulling different ones from various comedy bits, like given that the universe is infinite and time itself is also infinite, and humanity's space amongst both
Humanity.
is minute, would anyone like any toast?
Yes. Yeah, toast.
Is that a Woody Allen bit?
No, that's actually off of Red Dwarf.
I don't know what Red Dwarf is.
Oh, that British,
character from Game
that
of
British
it's a
sci-fi.
British sci-fi comedy
Oh,
show.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
and it was
constantly, there was a weird chubby white guy with a mohawk,
I
and
love
then
all
things
those
went flying
adjectives
by all the
before
time.
comedy.
Just
shit.
like you when you were 13.
British sci-fi.
There's a lot of British
that was
sci-fi out there right now.
a
Can I just
question
say,
posed
can
by
I
a talking
invite the
toaster.
insults and say I have not seen a single Woody Allen movie?
Oh, fuck you forever. That's fine.
Yeah, nobody cares.
No,
Woody Allen's awesome.
maybe more just you would
Oh, I
not
forgot.
expect
You
it
only
from
like
me.
bad.
Oh yeah, because you're Jewish. I mean, like I didn't even
I've
make that
got your
correlation
taste
of
in shit.
that
I've
both
got-
you
yeah,
and
well, yeah.
Willie Allen are Jewish.
Hey,
And
I like
I don't care.
Quentin Tarantino. Did I steal that from you? The Quentin Tarantino. Did you get
I'm gonna
the?
stop you there, you kid.
Yes. No, it's not a bit, but like the between Django Unchained and Pulp Fiction, the connection.
No.
There is a connection.
Yeah, Captain Coons.
Yeah.
Christopher Walken's character, whatever his name is.
Yeah. That is. He's really trying to fuck with people at this point. He just wants to be able to say, yes, there's a connection, and then never. And there's somebody just
That's not a mystery.
just completely
Tarantino clearly is just having
just
fun with it.
messed out of their head, sitting at their house like watching that movie over and over, freeze framing
Have
every
you ever
scene.
seen the Community episode where they stage? That's do you watch Community?
Yes.
I've seen it, but
Well,
I don't watch
Ken
network
Burns,
TV.
the Ken Burns
Oh, it's
episode.
so good. But I was gonna reference the The episode where they stage like a surprise party for Abed, where it's all
Oh,
it's like
Pulp
Pulp-
Fiction,
The
yeah.
Pulp Fiction / Dinner with
dinner
Dinner with Andre.
Dinner
I
with
never,
Andre.
I don't know what that. I've never seen that movie. If it is,
Dinner with Andre is a really good movie. It is such a fucking slow
Blur.
movie. I forgot to
I
give
love that.
space
I'm
for
not
the bit.
sure
I
if you were
apologize.
naming the band or just yelling a noise.
Blur. Name it. Blur.
Arr!
Not necessarily
Spencer's
the
gonna sing it
worst
for us,
way to
everybody.
describe Dinner with Andre,
But I love Community.
but I enjoy it. I love Community too.
Let's all just take a moment. To
I like-
think about
A
how
moment of silence for Dan Harmon.
Are you listening to his podcast?
Sometimes, yeah.
I love it.
Not exclusively and not on a regular basis, but when I do, I enjoy it.
I drive a lot.
So,
I don't, but I do walk a lot.
I don't have a car.
A couple weeks ago, I saw a midget
And
stripper.
so
I was there.
Yeah. Did you watch her strip?
I watched. Yeah.
See us walkers, we're saving the environment slowly.
It was a really
one
short
step at a
performance.
time.
Yep.
Literally.
That's my excuse, yeah.
Is that why you don't have any money?
walkers
You're
are
saving
saving
trees.
us having to spend 20
Which
bucks
is
on a
less
quarter
than
Most,
gallon
walk-
of gas.
most
fund.
walkers actually just eat people. I've learned that. There's a documentary on Sunday evenings about this really Don't go to Georgia or Alabama. Where the fuck? That is a fucked up part of the world. Georgia. They have really hit the bottom there.
You talking about the South?
Yes. Don't go there. There's zombies. I watch a documentary on weekends. Hey, do you guys?
Oh, you mean Here Comes Honey Boo Boo?
Yes. Have you guys? Do you guys
dig.
ever check out?
Dig it, man.
Do you guys ever check out tfury.com?
No.
Okay, T-Fury, but oh man, this is like a thing. I don't know if I can say it on here. tfury.com is the coolest
Yeah.
thing. If you're a dork,
I don't
you're
know. The
into it.
internet doesn't like cursing.
Go to tfury.com. Every day they have a different T-shirt that is a complete something from a
you
show.
said
Violent Femmes. There, I got one.
Man.
Wait, hold on, I can't hear it. This song is about jacking off.
No, it's not. It's
Yeah,
about
Blitzer in the
heroin.
Sun's about.
What the fuck was that earlier? Why did
We
you
should have a
clap with
podcast
the
where
song?
Nick and Bill just argue about
Argue about what Violent Femmes songs mean.
just this one.
Stop.
Perpetually forever.
He's telling me I can't clap. Is the only black guy to ever hate rhythm. It's like, take it down a notch.
Well, you can't. You can't. You can't clap.
That got really awkward, didn't it?
But
You can't clap. What if he's like, oh, here's a stump. I can't clap.
even then, that's still.
I actually think it means
your
more
arm.
as a black guy to say that.
True
Maybe he
story.
means, I know you think you can, but you're not doing
That's
it right.
probably true. I actually
No, I mean just don't clap. That's what I
that's
meant. I mean, like you
Just
guys
don't
are
do
taking
it.
this out of proportion. Like, what does clapping have to do with me being black?
We were making it into a
Rhythm.
Well,
Yeah.
Bill's stupid and racist. So the first thing he knows
I
about
am
you
not-
is you're black.
I'm
so his
racist
comedy,
and stupid.
I'm using comedy loosely. So his comedy brain starts turning. What do I make fun of this guy about? Ha! Black.
I've never
Do black people.
pointed.
I know, but I'm
never
acting.
I'm acting. I'm in the scene,
I'm
Bill.
in this scene right
You're
now.
fucking up my zone.
It's business for his hands to do.
No, okay. Mitch
I need a
Hedberg
cigarette.
had a bit about this, but I actually knew in reality when this
I
actually
thought you were gonna
happened.
say I knew Mitch
A
Hedberg.
similar situation. I knew a guy in Tennessee that had lost part of this finger right here, his ring finger on his right hand, and he thought it was gone like right here. And he thought the funniest thing in the world was to shake people's hands, strangers that hadn't really looked at his hands, and give him a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Don't like that.
Why he shook it?
I don't care for
That
that.
would terrify me.
For
Yeah,
all
it's
the
weird.
listeners,
Fuck that
Luis
person.
Marrero just showed up and we were saying hi to him.
And he has a stunning scarf on.
A stunning
Very stunning stuff.
That
Did you
is-
know Bill was gay?
Yeah.
How did you know?
Well, I'm just making fun of him because he complimented your scar.
This from the
And my,
fact.
and, my
this,
and my comedy brain was like, okay.
this from a chubby fashionista that gets on stage. He's like, my mom.
Did you know Bill came from a textile
Chubby
family?
fashionista.
Yes. a textile. A textile.
Did
Textile
you just
family.
call him a fashionista?
I did.
His grandfather was Amish. I know that.
You're not changing the accusation of you being a homosexual. You just called another man a fashionista.
So. Do what you
A
do.
grown man called another grown man a fashionista.
Well,
This is-
calling him
As
a
a-
grown man's pushing it.
as a slight-
Let's not lie.
he's 22.
Well, I'm already predicting Bill to go. Beard.
I'm not gonna make fun of your beard anymore.
That's where here's Bill's thing sticks. You're not a man. You're Jewish or black or brown.
He really does hit you with that a lot, doesn't he?
And then he goes, chubby is there. That's the third.
I'm chubby.
And then he goes,
I can say that.
Beard. Well, no, beard's like, that's the thumb. That's the first one.
The funny thing is, he gets me with beard, chubby, and black all at once.
Did you just want to say you want to see a black chubby?
Right after
That's
that.
fair. Jump in there. I mean, you're the only one that can
Oasis.
come out with that. I can't. He'd be thoroughly
I
disappointed.
only want to see Justin's dick because, to be fair, it is a beautiful dick.
I heard that.
I've seen.
Bill told you.
I've seen shrines.
Bill told me.
I like it because it's like a good horror movie. You laugh occasionally, but really you're just scared. That's how I feel about your penis. That thing is intimidating.
Can we not talk about my penis?
Nick
This
brought
is
it up.
another episode of
Hey.
Justin Luke Penis Conversation.
Nick brought it up. Literally.
Here's what I love about
Nick
Justin.
literally brought it up.
Here's what I love about this. It's got a list. Like list about
It
Justin's
actually.
penis.
It is 98 items long.
Yeah.
I like it because
this is
in
the
the
most.
first-
This is the most my penis has been talked about.
Nick
And it's
said
by
was really
guys.
Yeah, guys, not even
That's
that.
we know.
Sad. This is
It's alright, man.
This is what
I
my
honestly
penis
find
is.
it
There's
amusing.
nuts and
No, the best thing about his
You
penis
all know
is, oh man, I had a really good dick joke about you. I'm sorry. Nobody wanted to hear it. Basically, I was just gonna say your penis in the right light looks like a road map somebody spilled coffee on. It's fantastic.
Did your midget girlfriend ever get a hold of you?
God.
Did she give you a hand job in the bathroom after that show?
Yeah, well, she was going to, but there's no like additional phone books laying around to work that out.
You guys
I'm
are
not
gone for a
kidding.
while.
I know a guy at my job that's like literally upset with me because he wasn't there and didn't have an opportunity to sleep with the midget.
He's never seen one? Sorry. I'm gonna go back to my phone.
Yeah.
She's actually one of my ex-roommates.
I thought you were gonna say ex-girlfriend.
Me too.
I
was hoping you would.
The 6'5" guy with the short person.
Okay. On my mother, I saw this when I lived. Excuse me. I got excited when I lived in Nashville. This small blonde female midget came into the movie theater I worked at. About 10 minutes later, her boyfriend came in, who was a I'd say 6'5", 6'6", about 300-pound black man. Walked in, picked her up under the armpits like this, made out with her, and sat her back down. They ordered their food and walked in the movie theater. He was like leaning down, and she was like swinging from his arm, and they were two happy people.
That's like
And yet
Greatest love
you
story
remain
ever.
single.
Yeah.
I know, right? Right? That worked out.
That's a collective. We remain single.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone
And I
else's
can't
relationship
keep
status
fat girls
is.
interested. Yeah.
I think
I was too busy looking up Lexi Bobes trivia.
Oh,
Really?
hey, Clayton.
Wow.
Oasis.
I know.
He already said it.
I yelled at it. Spencer's face over there.
You ever notice Muggsy Bogues gets
Sure.
shorter in every story I've ever heard about him? Last time I
He's
heard about
5'3".
Muggsy Bogues, he was literally a toddler with Down syndrome, but he was still dunking.
You still-
Every story I
You
hear
mentioned his height
Muggsy
just
Bogues,
then.
it gets worse and worse.
Well,
You know what I just
I looked it up
noticed?
earlier because when it's like, sorry, but when there's like some girl dunking in women's basketball or NCAA,
Really?
and people were like, "Oh, she's dunking," and I was like, "What? So what? the rim is still 10 feet tall, and she's still 6'5". Muggsy Bogues, and I looked up and he's like, he's 5'3", and he was dunking. Why aren't women dunking constantly?
Let's be fair, he was dunking because he was allowed to. Alright, he's 5'3". If a 6'6" guard doesn't stop him violently, somebody's like, I just want to see it. Deal.
Yeah, but the whole point of it was
Then he can do it.
he can do it. Why aren't women dunking constantly? Why is it a big deal? Why aren't always doing it? Because the rim I looked up is exactly the same height. There are guys much shorter than them. Why aren't they dunking?
Maybe because the women are less interested in showboating and actually playing as a team.
Well, that's hilarious.
Well-
Let's check the ratings on the Indian.
I didn't say it was
On NWA, let's check the ratings on NWA. And all the women.
No, let me do this better. Name a WNBA team. Just one.
Liberty.
The chicks.
Got it. Oh, you got me there. The Chicks. That'd be a Vegas team.
Isn't Liberty
Vegas
one?
Chicks.
Is the Liberty New York Liberty?
No. No idea. That's Grand Theft Auto.
Wasn't it?
I think they're called the Liberties at Grand Theft Auto. Nah, that could totally be wrong. I don't know.
All right, now that we brought up something I actually feel something about,
Grand Theft
Money?
let's go ahead and talk about Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, did anybody hear it? Oh god. Look, I don't have a problem.
Yeah,
with
we all heard
slurs,
your
just
joke,
ignore
Bill.
them. Did you hear it?
We heard it.
I
We
feel
just
bad.
chose to go along with Grand Theft
I'm
Auto.
Irish. Say whatever you want.
Yeah, you know, the people that have been enslaved for centuries, the Irish.
The people that
Hey, we got a lot.
the
hey,
people that fought
in
for
this whole
marriage
country,
rights
We got a lot of
and
people.
for civil rights, the Irish.
You really want to put up the
Hey!
Irish next up anyone?
No.
Just the women, I think women got it worse.
Actually,
I'm
look,
Irish
look
too.
at most Irish bands like Dropkick Murphys, guys like that. They were fucking like at Occupy New York, singing and playing their guitars
Yeah.
all day long. The Irish punks are very forward-thinking, left-wing, hard-headed people.
Well, I mean, IRA.
Yeah,
That terrorist.
And you are an Irish redneck.
No.
I'm not really.
Those-
a redneck. I make
those
fun of
punks,
rednecks way too much, but
the
I came
pro-
from
You,
them.
you look like a
No,
redneck.
I was.
Thank you.
No.
I came from them.
They were murdering innocent people.
And so were, so were the what is it, British Army that was fighting them.
It got to
They
the
couldn't
point.
tell who was the IRA and who
So,
wasn't because they didn't wear uniforms.
the argument is like, well, they were doing it too.
No, that's not my argument. I'm just my argument is that it all depends on perspective. Who's the terrorist and who's the freedom fighter?
I
mean, if
agree
you look
with
at
that.
Ronald Reagan talking about Al Qaeda back in the '80s, he was equating them with the founding fathers and
No,
being freedom
no.
fighters.
We're not going to change this anything more than the IRA. We're bombing innocent people.
The
And then
IRA
thereby-
did bomb a lot of innocent people.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not denying that. I'm not.
But sure.
And the
This
British
is a
Army killed
serious
a
podcast.
lot
Like,
of innocent people too.
Took
But
half
at the
an hour,
same
but we got
time,
some serious.
A lot of
Army
innocent
most-
people died over nothing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Pretty much.
And they finally got around to
Potatoes.
saying, let's just fucking stop that shit.
Yeah.
And then they did.
I-
And the IRA
Britain-
disarmed, and the British stopped.
Nirvana.
They stopped Nirvana. They did. That's what happened to Kurt Cobain.
No, they
the
went
fucking
they,
British.
They became Buddhists.
It all ties together now.
The redcoats are coming.
They
Run,
found
Kurt.
actual Nirvana.
They found.
That's a strip club in Wisconsin.
Nick,
I
it's
think.
around us always.
Cake.
Damn it. No one can beat me.
You must die. I alone.
Okay, here's what really needs to make you feel bad. Me and Bill are the only two who've beaten you.
Was Spencer beat me once?
I did the
Fuck off. I'm an asshole, but I'm smart.
Justin's once.
This is
I
all
got her
Josh's
once.
phone, so Justin
Brian
knows.
Jensen
None of
is
it.
pulling up a stool here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Brian Jessup is now joining.
And
Brian,
also Dan Sheehan.
And a really
And
great
a sandwich.
Yeah,
And a
sandwich.
sandwich.
a loud, one would say
Sandwich is
obnoxiously
there,
loud.
God. Sandwich is taking a very cold,
Sandwich.
silent stance on this topic.
Sandwich has very little to say about anything.
All right, so back to the IRA.
Let's get back
Do you guys
to
know
all
the
this stuff.
difference
The IRA
between-
and terrorists.
Do you guys know the difference in Irish whiskey though? Bushmills and Jameson?
Jesus Christ.
No, it's true.
No, I grew up with Bill.
Jameson,
so like
shut
I've heard
up.
this like 10 times.
Jameson is the Catholic whiskey, and Bushmills is the Protestant whiskey. If you order the wrong
You know, we should
whiskey
do more
in
slam
Ireland
glass
at
on
one
the
spot,
table.
you will get your ass beat.
Have you ever been to Ireland, Phil?
No. But I know a lot about it. And I am actually, believe it or not, next year, I am going to Ireland and Scotland. for
Believe
my
it or
vacation.
not, I bought a plane ticket there.
I'm going next year, because I'm.
Believe it or
Fuck
not,
you!
I
It's
eat
not.
Lucky
It's
Charms.
not 6 blocks away. Fucking judgmental hipster.
It's fucking. You're a dick because you bought a
Grow a
plane
beard, you son of a bitch. Alright.
I'm just saying, you prefaced it with believe it or not, and you should have said, I've risen from the dead. Anything more unbelievable than I bought a plane ticket to Ireland.
That's pretty believable. I'd believe that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You make enough.
Well, I didn't say I bought a plane
It
ticket. I
was
said
Easter recently.
I said in referring to his statement, yes, I'm actually going.
That's what you
Cool,
should
you
have
bring it up. Okay.
I was in Ireland on Easter
bunch
once
of
and nothing bad
fucking
happened.
It was a
conversation.
delight, I'm sure.
It was nice.
Did you go to the Guinness place?
I did, yeah. Did not get inside though. Very long line.
Is it, how much does it cost to go take a tour?
I don't know. I was a bit younger, so I wasn't in control of the money. But I just know there was like a 3-hour wait. I
Of course there is.
You know-
Hey, let's connect what we think about Ireland to something. I don't know. Ireland plus blank equals a good time. Let's Ireland plus
Wife beating.
A rich history of great writers.
Rolling Green Hills.
Let's roll with that. Ireland plus blank equals a rich history of good. Irish Blisky? What? It wasn't that hard of a puzzle to figure out.
Yeah,
Pun.
that's why we didn't do it.
Yeah. Oh my God. I know you can't hear this on the podcast, but we are under attack by some kind of pterodactyl creature.
Why wouldn't I be
Interrupting.
able to hear that?
I was looking for an animal to compare Nick to.
You guys all said you might not be able to hear that. There are people on the street
Yeah.
that look
Weezer.
into this bar.
Congratulations, PETA's gonna kick the door and is like, who's fucking chickens again?
Chickens
Spencer?
and salmon.
Sorry. I was going to point out that.
No, it was a turkey.
Brian
Skinny
Jesselberg.
farm
You like
animal.
big girls.
So,
Seth Green and Toby.
You point
Topher
to any
Grace's
farm
love
animal,
child.
there's a chance I might be fucking
Seth Green and Tober Grace.
I know you've heard that
Except for
1,000
pig.
times.
except for a pig.
You know
Thank
what?
you, Spencer.
you don't sound like a pig.
The first consideration joke I made.
So, I gotta ask you a question, and this is serious, okay? You're
Yes.
Jewish,
Yes.
and you previously mentioned you don't get laid a lot. Nobody's judging. We're all the same. Or at all. Pointing at Clay. For those on
Let's
the
just sit in these
podcast.
chairs for a second.
Anyway, now, the newest thing that just came out all over the internet, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but the bacon-flavored condom. What if the only way you could have sex with a girl is if the only condoms she had were the bacon-flavored condoms?
What are they made out of?
I'm assuming bacon's
It's just
involved.
raw bacon. That's all it is.
It
I mean,
looks
I don't
like
have
bacon.
I don't have to
Bacon around
taste
your
it.
cock.
Okay,
Who?
I don't.
is the bacon flavor made out of some sort of actual pork
I mean, how could
product?
it not be?
They can do
How do you
weird
get the
things with
flavor?
chemicals.
It's not like
Well, chicken
Called
tofu doesn't have any
artificial
chicken in it.
flavoring. Yeah, like there's a lot of peppermint that has absolutely no mint in it.
Okay, see, and that's my thing. If
Yeah,
it's
but this
just
is-
the
wait,
flavoring.
For argument's
First of
sake,
all,
let's say
fuck
that it's just-
peppermint, fuck whatever tofu thing you said. This is bacon. You can't fake
Yeah.
bacon.
Yeah, you can.
How do you
Yeah,
have
you
this
can.
You
bacon?
can.
You can fake bacon.
Because this
Oh, yeah.
is
I don't wanna live in
this
this
is my
world
entire
anymore.
premise. This is my entire premise. I assume you can fake bacon, and if you can, that condom's going
Oh, yeah.
on my dick, and that dick is going inside a vagina.
bacon.
Here's the other
She
thing.
only likes it
It's
in-
not like he's eating it.
Not gonna
likes
go.
it in-
No, it's going in there too. You prefaced it with she, it's going in there too.
Wrecked him. Damn near killed him.
Since you prefaced it with she.
Gotta get her drunk on bacon
On
vodka
board.
first.
Oh no, have you had that? It's horrible.
It's not good.
That is.
What?
Bacon
What?
flavored vodka. No
But
good.
you know what it is good in? It is really good in Bloody Marys.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say I
It
had
tastes
bacon
good in Bloody Marys, but
And that shit's delicious.
seriously, no, I really am.
No, on a
like,
serious note, that shit's delicious.
I think it's really stupid that we're making this big a deal out of bacon. Like, people are now flipping out like bacon is some kind of porn. or
You're
something.
making
I'm
like
like,
a big deal out of bacon.
I know, I was being
They're
facetious.
making
It's-
bacon mouthwash now. Scope's putting it.
No.
Yeah.
What is it? Just grease?
It's a meat. It's a meat.
I don't know.
That's
I've been
all
seeing
it
the feed
is.
on my Facebook for
Eat
a
a
while. They
steak.
seem to be
Steak
apparently
tastes
my Facebook
fucking
account.
amazing.
Well, if you get a fillet, that's bacon wrapped steak. That's kind
Ooh.
of great. Yeah.
Do you recommend
I'd eat some bacon wrapped steak.
These kids at Jimmy John's do you recommend the bacon condom?
Yeah,
they
they
do.
do.
Chevy Chasers.
It's
Real
the
out there.
bread.
Months ago.
It's the bread at Jimmy John's.
All right,
still
now
really
that Dan
you know
Sheehan
what?
has affirmed that multi-million-dollar industry doesn't in fact
Mixing your
deserve
two
to be in
favorite things,
existence,
steak and
let's
bacon.
move on.
You know, I think
Yeah, they
I think
supported,
I might go over to Jimmy John's. I actually do.
And speed
what's
dinners
the-
with
Yeah.
Who ran against
Yeah.
Obama? Mitt Romney. They openly supported Mitt Romney.
Really? I did not know that.
What did we not know? Educate me.
Jimmy John's openly supported Mitt Romney during this campaign.
Did they?
It's nice to know all that money I spent at Jimmy John's during the election went
That
to a
dude
worthwhile
killed it.
cause.
I love the fact that anybody still gets pissed off when they find out a corporation did something evil with your money. You're fucking kidding me.
Really?
Every corporation does something fucking evil with your money.
I was gonna say it's okay. Jimmy John's probably also supported Obama in some small way because they're backing both sides. any corporation. was
Well,
doing
Are
both
we really
sides.
Jimmy-
talking about Jimmy John's relations in politics?
Well, Jimmy John,
I
the
didn't
guy,
bring it up, I'm
he's
just
like a
going
big-
with it.
By the
Damn
way,
good
that is a
sandwich.
college course
Vote for Jimmy.
10:03.
10:03.
professional comedian.
That's the exact time. That's the exact time
forever.
that this went horribly wrong. Thanks.
Well, he's the Jimmy John fellow. It's pretty. That's his name. He's
Dude,
alive.
yeah, dude shot an elephant. He's real cool.
Jimmy John.
But he's very
I
conservative.
Yeah,
love
he's
those
super-
elephants.
Wasn't that guy like a coach for the?
Keep going.
Anybody follow me? The Cowboys.
I don't
Man,
know.
that's
It
Jimmy
was,
Johnson. Sorry.
Nah.
No, I know who you're
Yeah, I'm
talking
sorry,
about,
it's
but
not
I
the
can't think
NBA.
of his name.
What? Why are you sorry?
Yeah, it's WNBA.
I love the WNBA. I love strong
No,
women.
you don't. You had to Google to see if they lowered the hoop to be nicer.
They totally do.
No, they don't.
They don't? That's actually the coolest thing
I
I've learned.
said
all
something
day.
horrible.
Well,
Sexism,
For the listeners,
acceptable.
Dan Sheehan had a look of
Just learned that.
the most genuine
Once
look
you get
I've
to
ever
high
seen
school-
in a
Can I
man's
point out
face.
something that the people on the podcast aren't going to know?
The
It is
person
hilarious
on
that
the
Dan
podcast.
has continual eye contact with the phone.
table-
Like if he looks away from it, it won't pick it up right. Like,
I just gotta make sure
Bill's
it's
the only
all
person that can
happening.
go on tangents from stuff he was trying to talk.
I just interrupted
He's,
myself.
yeah, you interrupted your. We don't. No one knows. What
Somewhere on this table it used to say Dan Sheehan is dumb.
Yeah, where is it?
I
It's over
don't-
here.
Yeah.
Someone debased it though. Yeah,
Dan
someone.
Sheehan is dumb, and then somebody's
It's
put
a little
Trying to
hard.
turn
plum,
it into
a plum.
Look,
Yeah, Dan Sheehan.
I
is
think
dumb.
you're a creature walking. Looks like some kind of dodo bird.
Someone just decided to try and
Or
turn
an
one
eyeball.
word into another.
Or
They
a
played
thumb.
God, and it didn't work out well.
You still
It was like originally in the arcades, the Pac-Man game was going to be called Puck-Man.
But then people were like,
they
"Fuck,
decided,
man."
they decided against it.
Have you been to
because it was
Guthrie's
too
recently?
easy. No, where's it at now?
Right there.
Okay.
It's literally you can see it if you
Someone
step
was,
outside.
someone was telling me it
But I
was
went there
going to be
today.
by the Hy-Vee on Paris Road.
I was hoping it was gonna be a barcade. But
It's supposed to be.
there's gonna be booze.
Barcades.
Eventually, yes. That's what they were telling us
Some of the
today.
most fun I've ever had in my life was that I can't remember the name.
I
of
had
it.
fun that day.
The one in Nashville. It's glorious.
I just went to a barcade up in Boulder, and it was a grand old time.
Yeah, there's a.
I went to a barcade
you're like,
in New Orleans.
I bet I'm
That
better
is
at
something
Frogger while
that
hanging.
is just
Yeah.
an arcade
You are
in New
not.
Orleans.
Yeah, everything has a bar attached to it in New Orleans.
I love that place.
The emergency room has.
I did a set in New Orleans. Next time I go on stage, I'm gonna tell the story of me doing a set in New Orleans.
It's the open mic.
What?
You
Yeah, it
did
was
an
an open
open
mic. Yeah, it was an open mic.
How was it?
All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell the fucking story here.
Yeah, you can't say you have that story. Then that's
All right.
It's not like anyone's listening.
no one's listening.
Yeah, no one's fucking listening.
My mom has enough. She'll listen to one podcast. Harvey Danger.
All right, so I sign up, and it's 3 people signed up for it.
No comedy.
Well, I'm game for that. There's 3 people signed up for it. I sign up, I'm on 4th. I'm waiting, and I do a Snapchat to my friends. Hey, I'm on next. Whoops for me. In between me taking that and me sending that, more people start showing up. And by the way, the entire night, I'm the only white man on this set list. And they keep bumping me. So I was being sent to the back of the line constantly because I was white.
Rosa Nix Parks. I don't know. There's a pun there. I can't do.
There is. And you did. But I appreciate
funny.
the effort.
It's funny.
Thank you.
This is the pat ourselves on the back.
That should be on the phone.
Gorges and Clayton Mistler.
Alright, so they keep saying me the back, keep saying me back. The entire time they're giving me these looks. Like, you're a white boy from Missouri. You've been doing stand-up for a year. You don't have shit to bring to the fucking table.
They said that to you, those words?
No, that was the look. I read a lot into this look, and it was what they meant. I learned later that was exactly what they thought.
Okay.
They keep going. Everyone is doing at least 20 minutes.
Fuck you. 20 minutes?
I know. And their sets had, each of them at max, 10 laugh
Don't outrong me.
in the set.
Make everybody
Is
uncomfortable.
that bad? For 20 minutes? What's the math?
Every 2 minutes to set up a laugh?
Every like 2 minutes there is a
I'm
laugh.
not racist.
Like a
I just
big laugh.
refuse
Not
to
a
take
chuckle,
all me.
a laugh.
They're doing well.
Sorry.
I am saying,
No, I
based
just- I
on this
tiptoe
show,
around.
as
I
far
don't-
as laughs
I
per
don't
minute
tiptoe around
goes,
it because it's
they are
bullshit.
fucking
He
tank.
literally
Oh, they're
called
dying.
me black.
You mentioned
Okay,
like 2
you're gonna
minutes
pick
going
out
by
my
on this
goofy
stage
statement out of all
and
the
getting like a
Okay,
chuckle,
but
chuckle,
silence?
They didn't call me.
not silence, but like,
I said
and then the
I was
punchline's,
I can imagine doing a full minute, 7 minute set here and not getting a laugh.
yeah, I know, but I'm better than you.
He's a good guy, but he didn't.
All right, but so this is
That's
going
what
on.
we
This
call
is going
setup
on.
and
They
punchline.
keep, yeah, they do not get setup and punchline. That is not in these people's vocabulary.
Yeah.
And I say these people,
Dude,
I
you're
mean
right.
black people.
It's the end of the story that you
You're
destroyed.
charcoal.
I didn't destroy, but
You did better than everybody else.
I did better than everyone else. And I could tell when I went on, the looks on their faces, they all knew I did better than everyone else.
You read a lot into people's faces. That's all I'm learning from this story.
This was their faces, like,
Please, for the podcast
we're
listener,
picking
Nick
this
is
up.
doing kind of a shocked
Oh
but
my
appreciative
God, I love
face.
how I'm more excited. Oh, is it on there?
that is what I described it as
Look
when
at
I
Nick's hair.
when I was
More
there.
excited he gets his hair fucking.
Did your friends
So-
see you?
What?
Did your friends see you?
I didn't have any friends. I was down there with my
No,
family.
I mean it's.
And so I was out alone on
Defying
this
gravity.
escapade. No one was there that saw me.
You'd
Were
be
you drunk?
By the time I got on stage, yes, I was.
What'd you
But-
talk about?
Honestly, I did my best minutes that I've done up here.
Did you talk about Yeats?
I just saw Tom Stewart.
Yes.
They
Yes,
got
I
it?
did.
They were on board for Yeats? I think it's kind of racist for me to assume they were stupid, but
That was one of the ones that went over left. Like I said, I didn't destroy. I didn't kill. But I did a lot better than literally the entire.
did anybody buy you a drink?
One person.
I don't know who this is.
One person did.
Is vitamin C?
Gorillas.
Hey, can we talk about this on the podcast? What do you guys think
That's the story.
about the new Star Trek, new Star Wars? Excuse me. By J.J. Abrams is taking over Star Wars.
That's Star Trek. You had it right the first
No,
time.
he's
he's
doing
taking,
Star- he's doing the new
a
Star
new
Wars.
trilogy of Star Wars too. Yes.
So he's
J.J.
going to have
The
been
fact
both.
that I'm wrong and you're right should infuriate everyone here.
I heard.
I'm a dork too.
Who's
Don't
the,
get special.
You're also a
Asian
racist.
dude.
Oh,
from
George
Star Trek.
Takei.
He's
Yeah.
in it as a Jedi. Isn't
I
he?
think that was an April Fool's
Was
joke.
that an April Fool's
I
thing?
saw that picture of him though, and I was like, that's pretty badass. It's
I thought he should
Sulu
have
as a
been
Jedi.
deep-throating the lightsaber. Yeah, that shouldn't go on there. You
Yeah,
should edit that out.
And we don't edit.
I don't know. It's too late, but
We
it's
don't
it's
believe
okay.
it.
We haven't said
Not
who you
entirely
are.
Oh, we
surprised
were
I
having
said
a
that.
really racist comment in the back, like conversation
Oh,
in the background.
we've been having one
Were
around
you
the microphone
here?
the whole time.
No, you weren't here.
When?
You weren't
Anyways,
here. 20
On
minutes.
that note, we're going at about 52 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. This has been whatever the hell we're going to call this thing. Still haven't got an official name yet, but
Previously Untitled Comedy Show.
previously untitled. Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk to you next time. We're going to get ready for the show.